Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review episode 250. Yes, the third review series I've done since I've recorded videos, and this year marks 9 years since I started. This is the third one to ever reach this far. The first one was my Comic Corner. I reached that years ago. And then, of course, a couple weeks ago, Boruto reached that. Now it's One Piece's turn. And you're probably thinking, okay, since these three hit 250, what could possibly be next to hit this number? The only one I can think could possibly hit the number at this point in time is probably my Super Sentai reviews. Either that or probably one of my other ones. It could be either Super Sentai, My Hero Academia, or even Black Clover. It's gotta be one of these three. Yep. Alright, this was discussing episode 1020 for the One Piece anime, which is known as Sanji Screams, SOS Echoes Throughout the Island. Yes, that is literally what this episode is called. Now, this episode covers pages 14 to 17 of chapter 1004, and from 1005, the very next chapter, it covers pages 2 through 10. And here's something for you. It's an episode of One Piece that, with the exception of the recap stuff, there is no present day stuff for Luffy. Nope. You briefly see him at the start of the episode. Actually, it's more like a flashback. But no regular stuff in the episode. I'm that's interesting. Now, there are pretty much in a way a couple different settings to this one. Well, there's also a cutaway for the LML character, that one. So, in the case of one, we have Chopper forming the antibodies. He's getting really close to finishing up. We have Boss Hadaro, where he's going to go supersize, and basically he's still got the everyone's shocked to see he can still do this, and also the fact is he also got the Oni stuff. But that, and of course you also see in this particular scene, you see King and Marco fighting. There is also Wanda and Carrot fighting Pespro. I've said this repeatedly. I love the guy's look. The one thing I do not like about the guy is the second he sticks his tongue out. Yeah, he's a great looking character. It's the tongue I have a problem with. Yeah, it's so silly. The tongue. Use the candy to freeze them, and it looks like he's about to kill him, but lucky enough, Carrot uses her electricity that the minks use, and they proceed to use the heat now to melt the candy, and then she proceeds to break the stuff off Wanda, and Wanda gets briefly captured, and of course you have Carrot, and of course the fight here is not finished yet. It still can continue for a little while. Meanwhile, though, we have basically the big chunk of this episode, what it is. You have Sanji rolling around, getting kicked by various women, and then he looked like he's about to escape, but then he's looks like he's strung up on a cross. Yes, seriously. And here's the thing, he does not want to fight him. He's like, Black Mars, oh, you'll be above the guys, but you will harm a finger on the women. Because he's basically got a chivalrous attitude. And she's like, okay, call Nico Robin. And he's like, you want me to call Robin-chan? And he's very hesitant, and then of course we actually see her do this because in the manga she just magically puts these on. In the anime we see her reach into her top and pull out 2 sets of brass knuckles. Where's piece of wail on him being like crazy. And he's like, wait. Oh yeah, by the way, before this, we do see Candy Woman, that's basically her name, the little communication thing so they can go to the island, where she reports to them about what happened with the samurai. Then, of course, King basically informed via her that she needs to go kill him. I'm like, okay, but gotta kill Sanji first. And it comes beating, and then we see, him basically calling for Robin, where he is, and of course you see Frankie's like, what the heck is going on here? You see Frankie's reaction, Jinbei's reaction, Nami's reaction. Obviously, he's like, geez. Of course, Nami's like, he must be fighting a woman again. Well, at least this time, basically, he's not. Nami's not saving him. It's Robin. And of course, we got the sticky web, got people with tranquilizers. And then we see a high heel. And then we hear snap, two guys taken out. We see the person basically walk like, someone's here. And then, of course, then we have the... And then it's basically revealed as Nicaragua via the giant's hand, where she says, spank. Where she proceeds to slap Black Maria. And then she's having a badass reveal, which is so awesome. And basically, it's really Nicaragua. And of course, also, the trailer for the next episode is supposed to the fact that Brooke is there too. But yeah, damn good episode. Can't wait for next week. Alright, next up is chapter 51, for the One Piece manga, Shogun of Wano, Kosuke Momonosuke. We have basically Germa's emotionless incursion. Volume 13, Germa Escape, which is simply put, 4 of the 5 siblings basically escaping from Whole Cake. Chapter starts everyone panicking over seeing the dragon. And you see Dunjiro, where he was like, huh. Yeah, seeing him there, we see Kingdom. Oh, I thought he was dead. And of course, see all the various scabbards there. And we see all the various talons reacting and everything. And like, oh, you're Kaido-san? Wait, it's no more fighting. I'm not your enemy. In fact, if all your exploits paper had to say you're all many, I wasn't sure you were human. You seem pretty normal. What'd your horn say? Kaidos? Yep. Yeah, that's why I'm going to join your ship. I'm Cascuden, otherwise known as Yamata Michi. What? Our crew. Ho ho ho, I'm all for it. Especially for it. You're a funny one. Actually, invited to abort, but to Captain side, it's true. I hope Luffy's alright. I got the shivers watching him see what he did. Hey, who say you can go and run away? Whatever we slaves, the young master. We slave young master Yamato. Let's say we take a hostility. What happened with those guys? So what's going to happen with these guys? Once it comes around, my jutsu wears off. Meaning 1 month? Yep. After a month, some of them will go back to where they were, but some of them will stay my friend. I have to choose whichever they feel. And of course you have Horse Lena, aka Speed. Master, I'm so happy with you. Allow me to stay with you, Horse Lena, but I'm not a servant. I'm more like a mommy. I'll stay you forever. Forever. We stay forever. And of course, then you see, and everyone's like react like, oh, can't go around kneeling. Who's that? And then we hear basically someone walk up. 20 years have passed since my father, Kozuki Odin. Father, you mean? I'm so glad you have survived these long, difficult years. The 5 Festival is not ending. Starting tomorrow, you may do whatever business you like. What road you will, huh? May drink your heart's content. Yeah, briefly the carpenter, the one who Frankie briefly worked for. You will not pay water from the earth. No poisons from the factories allowed to spoil the land. There will be no slaves in Wano. Mama? Yeah, and of course you have Tom basically grieving over the death of her parents. Who's gonna tell her that poor girl? This time I say your brother Mara. Rest in peace. Yes, I kissed a hat. Okay, these take. Tanga. There's only a few more years. It's a power for Kozuki return. It's basically a flashback for Otama, which is so awesome. Yep. And of course, you continue with Momo, where you consider the guy. Urshi's wicked rule and the threat of Kaido are gone for good. We found strong, faithful companions at sea, and as part of the Ninja Pirate Mink Samurai Alliance, we lay a raid on Orochimaru. Kaido, Orochi, the Animal Pirates, every evil of the Plague's Land has been vanquished. What? They beat those monsters? The Herodians no more? What alliance? The what alliance? Yeah, Kepka's like, what the heck is going on here? Yay! I would never forget the sacrifice of his brave souls paid away for the raid. And we saw Taka. Yep. Kinemon. Yeah, I think he probably is going to take the little girl in because the fact that her father was a close friend of his. Probably he's probably gonna adopt her. I would not be surprised. Which is a figurehead. A flashback to probably the events of Zoo Island. My father gave a name means invincible. Under my rule, the perched and ruined land will turn into paradise on earth. Let me restrain and let us work to end this together. I have traveled 20 years to save you all from this day on. I, Kosuke Momonosuke, will lead the land of Wano. And he's like, keep his promise. Yeah, it's basically finally see Momo what he looks like. Yeah, this is the adult Momo at the age of 28. And they did say he does look a lot like his father, and yeah, he does. I at least got appreciative. Here's the thing. They kept his face hidden all this time. They kept him in dragon form for like 20 chapters. And now we finally see his face, and yeah, he does look like his father. Good job, Oda. It's like, Lord Momonosuke, the true shogunate has returned at last. You waited for so long. Lord Momonosuke. And then we have, then the warrior at last sheathed the blade. The sky had come dance this with spinning flowering petals. This is the land of samurai. Here the night blossoms. Stands a handsome man of 8, blessed with great dedication and mercy, and a level of strength we can view in. Of course, he's reunited with his beautiful sister. This is the birth of a man who became known around the world as the great Shogun of Wano, Kosuke Momonosuke. Now you're probably thinking, is that the end of the Wano arc? I don't think it is. I think it's going to continue for a little bit, but I'd say a majority of the arc is pretty much wrapped at this point. I mean, Kaido's been defeated, finally. Like, all the villains defeated. Like, right now, we're in the aftermath. That's pretty much we're in the aftermath stuff for this particular arc. Yep. But I'm going to get this chapter a 10. I think this is so freaking good. And also, once again, high praise to Oda for keeping Momo's adult face a secret. I mean, they did say he does look like his father, and yeah, he does. Good job, Oda. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for keeping the face hidden for all this time. Because all you saw Momo, he was in dragon form all this time. So, will the government move in, take 2 emperors and their crews? It's possible, but who the heck freaking knows exactly what's going to happen next? We'll find out next week when it comes to this one. Okay, so that's the episode review. Next is going to be Blue Exorcist. Yep, next video. Bye.